Hey everybody, Sam Dog, the infamous 253 coming at you guys with Dallas Stewart on the speakerphone. Dallas, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yep. So last week, because of our split, Dallas, you went 12-4. I went 11-5 in week 17, and now we are on the final week of the 2023 season with our week 18 picks, the final picks of the regular season before we get into the playoff picks. All right. We're going to start out with our game first. I am going to it. I fly down tomorrow morning to Phoenix, going to Seahawks versus Cardinals on Sunday. So I'm flying down tomorrow. First off, we're just going to start with our game. We got the Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals pulling that crazy come from behind win over the Philadelphia Eagles with Kyler Murray, and us obviously getting ran all over by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I guarantee for a fact we're going to be going into this game pissed off, especially since we still kind of have a playoff spot to fight for. Granted, we need the Chicago Bears to beat the Green Bay Packers, but regardless of whatever happens, though, I just want to see the Seahawks go in there and just kick the everlasting dog shit out of the Arizona Cardinals and make it 5 straight wins in a row, dating back to Russell Wilson's last game as our quarterback. Because the last 3 times we played them with Geno Smith, we've beaten them the last 3 times, including the sweep last year. If we can complete that sweep, I want to have that. If this is going to be Geno Smith's last game as our quarterback, I want to say that we went 4-0 against Arizona with Geno Smith as our quarterback. So, with that being said, I'm not taking this game lightly, though, but I'm going to take the Seahawks to go in and complete the sweep of the Arizona Cardinals to end the regular season at 9-8. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, give me the Seahawks to bounce back after that home loss to the Steelers and keep their playoff hopes alive,
Yeah,
depending on what happens between Green Bay and Chicago.
but regardless of it all, it's like even if Chicago doesn't beat Green Bay, let's just end the season on a high note, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, let's have something to feel good about going into the off season.
Yeah. All right, now let's jump back to the Saturday games. We got the first matchup. We got the Steelers taking on the Ravens. We all know what happened last week. The Steelers, Baltimore Ravens last week freaking kicked the everlasting dog shit out of the Miami Dolphins, proving that they are the true superior team in the AFC, which we already knew when they spanked the 49ers on Christmas Day. But the Baltimore Ravens are resting up the starters, and we are going to see Tyler Huntley, no Lamar Jackson, a bunch of starters resting for the Baltimore Ravens. Mason Rudolph's going to be starting again for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So this will be an interesting game. See if the Ravens get swept by the Steelers, which would let them into the playoffs, or will they still actually try, even though they're resting their main starters? Granted, they got the #1 seed pretty much locked up. Dallas?
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be interesting to see.
yeah, but either way, though, I'm gonna go ahead though, and I'm gonna slightly favor the Baltimore Ravens, even with the backups in there to go get it done. I'm gonna take the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens as well. I think they're going to be motivated to keep their momentum going into the playoffs, and also to knock the Ravens out of the
I mean, not the
playoffs, or
Steelers.
knock the Steelers out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
Uh, and they don't want to. I don't think they want to get swept by them
yeah,
after they let that game earlier in the season slip away.
which was a red zone reaction.
I think that was like week 5.
Yeah, that was during our bye week after we pistol whipped the Giants. But oh man, all I know is this. Sometimes resting starters before the playoffs start, even if you have a first round bye, sometimes that can prove to be a fatal mistake. Just ask the 1996 Denver Broncos, the 2011 Green Bay Packers, and the 2019 Baltimore Ravens too.
Yep.
I mean, they showed some rust. Just saying, sometimes it can pay off to rest them. Sometimes coming off of resting, they may show some rust. Just
Yeah.
throwing out a few examples out there. 96 Broncos, 2011 Green Bay Packers, 2019 Baltimore Ravens. Who else? Oh yeah, who else? Oh yeah, the 2010 Atlanta Falcons,
Yeah.
because they got pistol whipped by the Green Bay Packers when they were the 1 seed.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was when Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl as a wild card. All right. Up next, we got the Houston Texans going to Indianapolis to take on the Indianapolis Colts. The Houston Texans last week took it to Tennessee, completing the sweep of the Titans. And The Indianapolis Colts beat the Las Vegas Raiders at home with Gardner Minshew still. Are we what's going on with the AFC South right now with this, man?
Yeah, I think the winner of this game is assured a wild card spot. Uh, even the loser, I think maybe still get in depending on what happens with Pittsburgh.
And then what about Jacksonville and the Titans afterwards? I mean,
I think if Jacksonville wins that game, they're for sure AFC South champions.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead though, and I'm gonna take the Texans.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans to wrap up a playoff spot. I just like them a little bit more, and they've been one of the most surprising teams in the league this year, and I
CJ
think they're going to surprise everybody with a wild card spot.
CJ Stroud not looking bad, not bad for a rookie year to clinch a wild card.
No,
Houston might be on the rise.
yep.
All right.
He definitely gets my vote for offensive rookie of the year.
Oh yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Titans got swept by the Texans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars last week freaking took care of their business, just annihilating the Carolina Panthers as we expected. Even with CJ Beathard as their quarterback, they took care of their business with ease over the Carolina Panthers, which locked up the #1 pick for the Chicago Bears, by the way. When Bears fans got that news, I heard Bears fans chanting, we want Fields, as in they want to keep Justin Fields.
Yeah, I think that'd be smart with the way the Bears are playing right now.
Yeah, and with the way Fields is looking for, to keep himself upright and to keep it going, but they got to get him some offensive line protection. So I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears build up the trenches, before the draft and maybe take a shot on Marvin Harrison Jr. for Fields.
Yeah, maybe.
Another Ohio State guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jaguars, Titans, give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville to wrap up the AFC South.
Yeah.
All right. This is a no-brainer in my opinion.
All right. Up next, we got the Minnesota Vikings going to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. The Minnesota Vikings got absolutely obliterated by the Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, and the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why did you not take the easy 3 in the first half? The easy 3, and you got too greedy and went for it, and you didn't get it on 4th down. Granted, I know the shit that happened at the end, but Dan Campbell, what the hell were you thinking, man? What the hell were you thinking when you should have just tried to play another down in overtime? Granted, I know the controversy behind it, but in all honesty, Dan Campbell costed Detroit that game. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Dan Campbell.
He left 4 points off the board.
Yeah, he left 4 points off the board, but because, well, if he would have kicked it earlier, they would have been down 7-6 at halftime. And that touchdown at the end would have been just to give him the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Campbell lost Detroit that game. No offense.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but they're taking on Minnesota. Minnesota's far out of it. Give me the Lions you know what? Give me the Lions, lock of the week.
You know what? Lions in a lock. The Vikings are just fading right now. They really have nothing to play for at this point.
And the Lions are playing for their seeding pretty much. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And
for momentum going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what would be crazy if they have to end up playing the Los Angeles Rams and their former quarterback in that first round.
It would be. Yep.
All right, up next we got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Atlanta Falcons last week freaking got obliterated by Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, and the New Orleans Saints last week. The Saints. What happened with the Saints last? Let me see the list right here. What happened? Oh yeah, the Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so they're kind of in it for the NFC. They're fighting for the NFC South.
Yeah.
So if the Buccaneers win and the Saints win, how will that go? Or if both teams
win? The Buccaneers win, they win the division.
Yeah. So, but the Buccaneers lose and the Saints win, then the Saints win the division.
Yeah, or the winner of this game would win it if somehow, some way, Carolina were able to upset Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but if the Buccaneers win regardless, the Buccaneers win the division.
Yeah, I think they have a better division record.
Yeah. All right, Saints Falcons. We are I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, give me the Saints to get revenge on the Falcons for losing to them earlier.
Yeah,
Man, the Falcons have just been disappointing this year.
big time. All right, up next, we got the New York Jets going to Foxborough to take on the Patriots in what maybe or most likely will be Bill Belichick's last game as the Patriots head coach. This will be interesting. We know Trevor Siemian is starting for the Jets. The Patriots last week pretty much freaking got beat by the Buffalo Bills. Granted, they kind of gave them fits earlier with that first kickoff return, but Buffalo wasn't going to lose a second time to the freaking Patriots. Meanwhile, the New York Jets, Trevor Siemian's going to be starting for them. And last week, the freaking Jets got obliterated by Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns.
Yep, and this is definitely the toilet bowl of Week 18.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. How many in a row? Belichick's with the Patriots have beaten the freaking Jets 15 games in a row. What if
Yeah.
Belichick's parting gift to the AFC East is a 16th straight?
Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
That would be something, man. I mean, I like the way the Patriots did beat Denver earlier back on Christmas Eve. Ooh, man, absolute toilet bowl in this one. We know the Jets got a better defense, and we know the Jets lost to them earlier, but what do you think, Dallas?
I think the Jets finally end that 15-game losing streak.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets as well,
And
but
just a toilet bowl. And I heard it's going to be pretty snowy in Foxborough.
I'm gonna say this. What if, just what if Bill Belichick just freaking gives the Jets one last middle finger by sweeping them again? I would laugh.
I think the Patriots realize that they need to lose this game to stay in the top five of the draft.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to them really winning.
No, there really isn't.
It would really hurt their draft stock.
Yep. All right. Up next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to the New Orleans Saints, and the Carolina Panthers freaking got blown out by the Jacksonville Jaguars, securing Chicago the first overall pick in the 2024 draft. Tampa wins this, they win the division. If they somehow lose this game and the Saints win, then New Orleans and the Saints beat the Falcons, then the Saints will win the NFC South. Oh my God, that division is so crappy, man. But I'm gonna take Tampa Bay to take care of their business against the Panthers. Give me the Buccaneers.
Yeah, give me the Buccaneers to win the NFC South for the second year in a row. Yep. And the train wreck of a season for the Panthers will finally come to an end.
Oh yeah,
it's just been a absolute disaster of a year.
Oh yeah, they would finish with a 2-15 record.
Yeah, they were held to 124 total yards last week, and their owner got fined $300,000 for throwing a drink at a Jaguars fan. Just absolute misery in Carolina right now.
Yep. All right. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Browns resting starters, and the Browns took care of their business against the Jets. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals freaking last week freaking where they?
They lost a close one to the Chiefs. I mean, they had like a 10-point lead, and then they just
they blew it.
Couldn't do anything.
And
they did hold the Chiefs to 6 field goals and still lost.
Yeah, but was it still Jake Browning at quarterback?
Yeah, and they were eliminated from playoff contention last week.
Yeah, Cleveland Browns starting Jeff Driscoll this week, resting some starters. Ooh, this will be who won the first matchup between these two? Was it?
It was wasn't it
Cleveland with
wasn't it Cleveland like 27-3 in week 1?
Yeah, that's right, with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Cleveland Browns to complete the sweep with Jeff Driscoll. Give me the Browns.
Give me Cleveland to complete the sweep in the Battle of Ohio. I think they're going to also want to continue their momentum heading into the playoffs, and they've been one of the more surprising teams considering all the injuries.
Yeah. All right, up next, we got the Chicago Bears going to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Chicago Bears took care of their business against the Atlanta Falcons, while the Packers took care of their business against the Minnesota Vikings. This game has implications for the Seahawks, too. And if Chicago somehow finds a way to win this game, then the Seahawks get into the playoffs. If the Packers win, the Packers are in instead, and that will end our season, regardless of if we win or lose down in Arizona. So. Who we know what happened earlier in the last matchup between these two teams. Jordan Love and the Packers just freaking destroyed Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
I'm
Chicago.
I'm gonna go with the Packers. I think they get revenge or I think they sweep them again, and
Yeah.
they don't blow their shot at making the playoffs for the second year in a row at home to a division rival.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go lean slightly towards Green Bay, but it'd be nice. I mean, to see it if we make the playoffs again. Granted, we don't have a team to really go far. Let's be real with that though, too, because we're gonna have to do some more with our draft picks that we have, and of course hit it big in free agency this offseason. But almost
But the Bears have
they've shown fight.
they've played well after starting off slow. So I think, the future's starting to look a little brighter in Chicago.
And the fans in Chicago are siding with Justin Fields. If you listen to I saw it on some listen to like the Bears fans, like go look up on YouTube, look up Bears fans chanting "We want Fields" when they found out that they got the #1 pick in the draft. And I'll be honest, they get some trenches and protection and get some defense. I'll tell you what, focus out on in the free agency, but when they get to the draft, I'll tell you what, maybe think about getting Justin Fields another big legitimate target. And I think a good legitimate target for Justin Fields would be another Ohio State product in Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
Maybe Chicago should maybe look into Marvin Harrison Jr. for Justin Fields to also pair with DJ Moore to complement DJ Moore and some of the other weapons that he has already, but get him some protection in free agency though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna side Green Bay too. I hope that Chicago could somehow pull this upset, but it's like whatever happens, happens. But regardless for Seahawks, let's just beat Arizona. All right, up next, we've got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Commanders. The Cowboys were lucky enough that Dan Campbell was an idiot and they were able to win that game by 1 point. And then freaking the Washington Commanders, well, let's be real, we knew they were losing to the 49ers. And give me the Dallas Cowboys to complete the sweep of the Commanders.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys to complete the sweep and wrap up the 2 seed in the NFC as of Philadelphia's late season collapse.
Oh, yeah. All right, up next, we got the Denver Broncos going to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. The Broncos started Jarrett Stidham, and they ended up getting the win over the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Las Vegas Raiders lost to the Indianapolis Colts. Both these teams pretty much mailing it in for the season. Denver especially, well, like you said, Dallas, back in our wins of the year last year, you said, granted, it was a long way to go, but in year one, so far, we won the trade, but it would be a while until it would be a couple years or so until we truly find out if we truly won the trade. Well, I think we got the answer. 2 years is all it took, and we truly won the trade.
Yeah.
We truly won the trade. But, I don't know. Who are you taking in this one, Dallas?
I don't know.
Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, give me the Raiders to get the sweep. The pretty irrelevant game. The divorce between Russell Wilson and the Broncos. It's about to happen.
Yeah.
The whole situation's a mess.
Oh yeah. But who's to blame for
I really don't know what to make of it.
Yeah. Who's to fall in that one? More of the coaching, Grant, because Russell Wilson's had a decent year with Denver this year.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it might be the coaching.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. The Philadelphia Eagles dropped one to the Arizona Cardinals, surprisingly, and the freaking New York Giants last week, the Giants were in a close matchup, but missed the game-winning kick, almost beating the Los Angeles Rams. I was surprised that game was close.
Yeah, that was a battle for the Rams.
Yeah. And we all know what happened back on Christmas Day, that crazy matchup where the Giants almost came back, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they got down by too much in the first meeting.
Yeah. Give me the Eagles to complete the sweep of the Giants.
Yeah, give me the Eagles to complete the sweep of the Giants. The boy, do they need this one bad.
Yeah,
They are in an absolute tailspin right now. They need to feel good heading into the playoffs. So I'm
yeah,
gonna go with the Eagles.
yeah, and Tyrod Taylor starting for the Giants again. All right, up next we got the Los Angeles Rams going to Santa Clara to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Both teams playoff spots secured, both teams resting starters. Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold. So battle of backups because both teams are resting up all their starters too. 49ers clearly got the 1 seed locked up. Rams got their wild card spot wrapped up. This will be an interesting game to see in this battle of backups. Carson Wentz, he's undefeated against the 49ers in all his starts that he's gotten against them dating back to his time in Philadelphia and his one win with the Indianapolis Colts. This will be kind of an interesting one to watch though. Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. If the Niners are just resting, like Niners can afford to drop one, but I think they're still going to try to go for the sweep, even with Sam Darnold, though.
Yeah, because you want to feel you still want to continue your momentum going into the playoffs.
Yeah, Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has more experience in that too. I trust Carson Wentz more than Sam Darnold, but this is really this is kind of
I mean, because both teams just have their spot locked up. It's just I think the 49ers are going to want to send the Rams into the playoffs with a loss.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Ooh,
But I mean, that obviously could go either way because both teams are kind of mailing it in.
and just resting
I
the
mean,
start.
they don't really need the game, so
Yeah,
I guess I'll go with San Francisco.
yeah, I'll go with the Niners as well.
I don't think San Francisco wants to lose 2 out of 3 heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, and they would complete their entire sweep of the NFC West if they win this one. I'm taking the Niners, but if Carson Wentz wins this one and keeps his undefeated streak against the Niners up, that would be freaking just crazy as well. But I'm gonna lean towards San
Yeah,
Fran.
the 49ers got a huge favor last week from the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, yeah, and so did the Dallas Cowboys because of that too.
Yeah.
Might have just won Dallas the NFC East. All right, up next we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to SoFi Stadium to take on the LA Chargers. The Chiefs are resting Patrick Mahomes and the starters, and we're going to see Blaine Gabbert. Meanwhile, the Chargers with Easton Stick. Blaine Gabbert got his Super Bowl ring because of Tom Brady when he was on Tampa Bay in Super Bowl 55 when they killed Kansas City. And now Blaine Gabbert's the backup quarterback to Patrick Mahomes since Chad Henne retired. Blaine Gabbert has a lot more experience in that one. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to just take care of their business against the Chargers, even with the resting of the starters. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs. Even with backups, the Chargers are in vacation mode now.
Yep. All right. Vacation mode. All right.
Yeah, they got the U-Haul trucks ready to go.
Yep. All right. Last but not least, we got the Sunday night game. We got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Bills last week freaking took care of their business against the New England Patriots, and the Miami Dolphins got obliterated by the Baltimore Ravens. Last time these two teams faced, I was over in New York, and the Buffalo Bills steamrolled the Miami Dolphins before I went over to MetLife for that Jets versus Chiefs Sunday night game the night before the Seahawks versus Giants Monday night game back in week 4. I was absolutely surprised by that game. Does this game?
Yeah.
This game doesn't decide the the AFC East, right?
No, it does now.
It does now because the Bills and the Dolphins have the same record. And I remember Buffalo just absolutely.
No. I know Miami is like 11-5, but I think Buffalo would win the division because they'd have a better division record.
What's Buffalo's record right now again?
10-6.
10-6. So if they win, they would be 11-6, and that would knock
they would have swept Miami, and they split with
the Patriots.
They split with the Jets and Patriots.
Yeah. Oh man, holy moly, this is gonna be a good game to watch. I'll definitely be watching this game from the hotel when after the Seahawks Cardinals game. Depending on what time I get back from there. If we win, I'll definitely be hanging out, seeing players coming out of the tunnel again, just like last year when I was in Arizona when we beat them 31-21. But oh my God, this game, man, AFC East on the line. Both these teams are gonna be heading into the playoffs, but whoo. I remember last time I picked Miami against Buffalo, and Buffalo just kicked the crap out of them over in Western New York.
Yeah. Well, no, there's still a possibility that Buffalo could miss the playoffs depending on what else happens.
Really?
Yeah.
And would the same be said for Miami?
No, so they clinched the playoff spot when they beat the Cowboys
Oh
in
yeah,
week
that's right.
16.
Yeah, that's right. Shoot. I'm kind of in a tailspin with this one. This is a tough one.
And Josh Allen has a 10-2 career record against the Dolphins.
Uh I'm I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm gonna just lean slightly towards the Bills because of Josh Allen's record against them. But if Miami somehow wins and gets revenge for that thumping that they took in week 4, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm gonna slightly lean towards Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo as well to win the AFC East and head into the playoffs with a 5-game winning streak. Miami just seems like kind of a fraud to me. They've really only beaten one good team, and that's Dallas.
Yeah.
Every other good team they faced, they've laid an egg against.
All right. All right, and there you have it. Those are our week 18 picks, final picks for the regular season. We got Ravens over Steelers, Texans over Colts, Jags over Titans, Lions over Vikings, Saints over Falcons, Jets over Patriots, Bucks over Panthers, Browns over Bengals, Packers over Bears, Cowboys over Commanders, Raiders over Broncos, Eagles over Giants, Seahawks over Cardinals, Niners over Rams, Chiefs over Chargers, and Bills over the Dolphins. All right. Drop your picks down in the comments down below. I'm going to be getting ready later to get packed up and catch my flight in the morning with my dad to get down to Arizona. And who knows, probably be smoking some cigars again with Ken Hamlin at the takeover party again. Anyway, catch y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. As always, go Seahawks.